Jabalia, a densely populated area in northern Gaza, has become the focal point of intense combat as Palestinian fighters and the Israeli army engage in relentless clashes. The conflict, already marked by devastation and high casualties, has reached new levels of intensity with the latest assault by Palestinian forces. The attack, described as one of the most severe setbacks for the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, in the ongoing conflict, highlights the escalating violence and the human cost of the protracted war. A video released by the Axis of Resistance has brought global attention to the recent events in Jabalia. The footage captures the aftermath of the assault, showcasing the scale of destruction and the tactical precision employed by Palestinian fighters. Analysts have described the attack as a coordinated effort involving multiple fronts, with heavy weaponry and guerrilla tactics used to inflict significant damage on IDF units operating in the area. The video, which has quickly circulated on social media and news platforms, underscores the strategic capabilities of Palestinian forces and the challenges faced by the IDF in urban warfare scenarios. The assault reportedly targeted key positions held by Israeli forces in Jabalia, including command posts and supply routes. Eyewitness accounts suggest that the operation involved a combination of ambushes, improvised explosive devices, IEDs, and precision strikes, designed to overwhelm IDF troops. The resulting damage and casualties have reportedly strained the Israeli military's resources, prompting reinforcements and intensified aerial bombardments in response. For the IDF, the assault represents a significant blow to its operational objectives in northern Gaza. The military has faced growing criticism over its strategy in the region, with questions raised about its ability to counter the tactics employed by Palestinian fighters. Urban combat, particularly in areas like Jabalia with its dense population and labyrinthine layout, poses unique challenges for conventional military forces. The recent attack has further highlighted the vulnerabilities of the IDF in such environments, prompting calls for a reassessment of its approach. Palestinian fighters, on the other hand, have framed the assault as a demonstration of their resilience and determination to resist Israeli operations in Gaza. Spokespersons for various factions have emphasized that the attack was a direct response to what they describe as ongoing aggression and occupation by Israeli forces. The use of advanced weaponry and coordinated tactics in the assault has been portrayed as a symbol of their capability to challenge one of the region's most powerful militaries. The human cost of the fighting in Jabalia cannot be overstated. The area has already suffered extensive damage from prior military operations, with infrastructure destroyed and thousands of civilians displaced. The recent clashes have exacerbated the humanitarian crisis, with reports of additional casualties and worsening conditions for residents. Aid organizations have struggled to access the region due to the intensity of the fighting, leaving many without essential supplies or medical care. The release of the video by the Axis of Resistance has added a new dimension to the conflict, influencing both public perception and international discourse. The footage, graphic in its depiction of the aftermath, has drawn sharp reactions from various quarters. Supporters of the Palestinian cause have pointed to the video as evidence of their struggle against Israeli military dominance, while critics have condemned the tactics used in the attack, emphasizing the civilian toll of such operations. The international community has expressed growing concern over the escalation in Jabalia and the broader conflict in Gaza. Diplomatic efforts to broker a ceasefire have so far been unsuccessful, with both sides entrenched in their positions. The United Nations and humanitarian organizations have called for immediate de-escalation to prevent further loss of life, emphasizing the urgent need for access to affected areas for aid delivery. However, the prospects for a lasting resolution remain uncertain, as the violence shows no signs of abating. For residents of Jabalia, the latest assault is yet another chapter in a long history of suffering and resilience. The densely populated enclave has borne the brunt of repeated military campaigns, with its civilian population caught in the crossfire. The ongoing fighting has compounded existing challenges, including widespread poverty, limited access to basic services, and the psychological toll of living under constant threat. The situation in Jabalia serves as a microcosm of the broader conflict between Israel and Palestinian factions. It highlights the complexities of asymmetrical warfare, the impact of prolonged occupation and blockade, and the deep-seated grievances that continue to fuel violence on both sides. As the fighting continues, the international community faces the challenge of addressing not only the immediate humanitarian needs but also the underlying causes of the conflict. In the wake of the recent attack, both sides appear determined to press on with their respective objectives. The IDF has intensified its operations in northern Gaza, aiming to neutralize the threat posed by Palestinian fighters. Meanwhile, resistance factions have vowed to continue their struggle, framing their actions as a fight for liberation and justice. The cycle of violence, deeply entrenched and seemingly unending, underscores the urgent need for a comprehensive and sustainable resolution to the conflict. The events in Jabalia are a stark reminder of the human cost of war and the challenges of achieving peace in a region marked by decades of violence and mistrust. As the situation unfolds, the focus must remain on protecting civilians, addressing the humanitarian crisis, and working toward a future where such devastating clashes are no longer a reality.